Everyone, welcome to UK Flix. Today we're talking about the latest verified 7 Little Johnstons family news, and there is one major Johnston family update that is impossible to ignore. If you have been following the family for years, you already know that the Johnstons have gone through plenty of big life changes. But right now, the spotlight is especially bright on Liz Johnston and Brice Bolden, because their family is growing once again. And before we get into everything, here at UK Flix, we want to make one thing clear. We're focusing on information that has actually been confirmed, rather than turning online rumors into facts. So, let's get into the latest Johnston family update. Liz and Bryce are expecting baby number 2. The biggest confirmed news is that Liz and Bryce are expecting their second child together. TLC officially reported the pregnancy on March 10, 2026. The couple announced that their daughter Leighton would become a big sister in early fall 2026. That means the Johnston family is preparing for another major milestone. And honestly, this is one of those stories that makes you stop and think about just how quickly life can change. It feels like only yesterday that fans were watching Liz and Bryce navigate their relationship and eventually take major steps together. Now, they are preparing to welcome another baby into their family. TLC also shared photos from the announcement, including Liz and Bryce with Leighton, and images from the pregnancy announcement. And there is an especially sweet detail here. Leighton was also born in the fall, so the timing creates an interesting family connection. TLC noted that the family will now have an especially memorable season as they prepare for another little Johnston arrival. Why this update is so important for the Johnston family. For longtime 7 Little Johnstons viewers, Liz's story has been one of the most closely followed family journeys. Her relationship with Bryce eventually became a marriage story, and TLC's current 7 Little Johnstons page now features a gallery specifically titled 7 Little Johnstons, Liz and Bryce are married. And now, their story has entered another chapter. They are not simply planning their lives as a couple anymore. They are raising Leighton, preparing for another baby, and continuing to experience the kind of family changes that viewers have followed for years. That is what makes this update so interesting. It isn't just another celebrity announcement. It is another major chapter in the Johnston family's story. Season 17 has also been a big chapter. There is another important piece of verified information that fans should remember. TLC's official episode listing shows that Season 17 follows Liz and Bryce's journey through major milestones, including their engagement, family trips, wedding planning, and eventually their wedding day. The season began with Liz and Bryce finally becoming engaged after years of dating. TLC describes the premiere as the beginning of their wedding journey, and as the season continues, the family gets pulled into the wedding preparations. There are episodes involving wedding budgets, bridesmaid plans, dress alterations, and the final preparations before the ceremony. TLC's episode guide confirms that the wedding itself is featured in Season 17. So when you put all of this together, Liz and Bryce have had a huge period of change: engagement, wedding planning, marriage, and now another baby. That is a lot of major life events packed into one chapter. What about the rest of the Johnston family? Of course, Liz and Bryce aren't the only people fans are watching. The Johnston family story still includes Trent and Amber and their children Jonah, Anna, Alex, Emma, and Elizabeth. But one thing we want to do differently here on UK Flix is avoid presenting every rumor circulating online as breaking news. There are always social media discussions, fan theories, comments, and speculation surrounding reality TV families. Some of those discussions are interesting, but they are not automatically confirmed facts. So when we're talking about the latest Johnston family news, we're separating what TLC has actually confirmed from what fans are simply wondering about. And right now, the strongest verified family update is clearly the continued focus on Liz and Bryce's growing family. What fans may be wondering, and this is where things get really interesting. Fans are naturally asking questions. When exactly will the new baby arrive? Will Liz and Bryce share more pregnancy updates? Will the baby appear on Seven Little Johnstons? How will Leighton react to becoming a big sister? And what will this new addition mean for the Johnston family dynamic? Those are completely understandable questions. But here's the important part. We should not treat unanswered questions as confirmed news. TLC has confirmed the pregnancy and the early fall 2026 timeframe, but anything beyond the information officially released should be treated carefully. That's something we take seriously here at UK Flix. We can talk about what fans are wondering without pretending that speculation is fact. And then, there is the big family question. There is also a bigger question hanging over the entire Johnston family story. As the Johnston children continue growing older and creating lives of their own, how much will the family dynamic change? That has always been one of the most interesting parts of Seven Little Johnstons. The show began with Trent and Amber raising their children, but those children have gradually moved into adulthood. Now we're seeing relationships, marriages, children, careers, and completely new responsibilities becoming part of the family story. Liz becoming a mother was already a huge transition. Now becoming a mother of two could create another major change. And fans will probably be watching closely to see how everyone adjusts. What we know and what we don't. So let's quickly separate the confirmed information from speculation. Confirmed. Liz and Bryce are expecting their second child. TLC announced the pregnancy in March 2026. Confirmed. Their daughter Leighton is expected to become a big sister in early fall 2026. Confirmed. TLC's current Seven Little Johnstons page highlights Liz and Bryce's marriage and their growing family. Confirmed. Season 17 follows major Johnston family milestones, including Liz and Bryce's wedding. Not confirmed. The baby's exact arrival date. Not confirmed. Additional details about the baby that have not been officially announced. And that distinction matters, because sometimes a small rumor gets repeated enough times online that people start treating it like an official announcement. At UK Flix, we're going to keep those lines clear. Why? Fans are still so invested. There is a reason people continue coming back to Seven Little Johnstons. The family has been on television for years, but the story keeps changing. The children grow up, relationships evolve, parents become grandparents, new babies arrive, and suddenly, the family we first met years ago looks very different. Liz and Bryce's latest news is a perfect example of that. Viewers aren't just watching a reality TV storyline anymore. They're watching a family move through different stages of life, and that's probably why this latest announcement has so much potential to become one of the biggest Johnston family moments of 2026. What do you think? Now I want to hear from you. Are you excited to see Liz and Bryce welcome another baby? Do you think Leighton will make a great big sister? And do you think the new baby will become part of a future Seven Little Johnstons storyline? Also, what do you think the next major Johnston family announcement will be? Let us know in the comments, because honestly, the fan conversation is one of the best parts of following this family. And remember, if you love Seven Little Johnstons updates, family news, milestone stories, and verified reality TV developments, you're in the right place here on UK Flix. We'll continue watching the Johnston family story and bringing you the important updates while keeping confirmed information separate from rumors and speculation. So, if you enjoyed today's update, make sure you subscribe to UK Flix, turn on notifications, and come back for the next Johnston family news. And don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments. What are you most excited to see next from Liz, Bryce, Leighton, and the rest of the Johnston family? Thanks so much for watching UK Flix. Take care, and I'll see you in the next Seven Little Johnstons update. That means the Johnston family is preparing for another major milestone. And honestly, this is one of those stories that makes you stop and think about just how quickly life can change. It feels like only yesterday that fans were watching Liz and Bryce navigate their relationship and eventually take major steps together. Now, they are preparing to welcome another baby into their family. TLC also shared photos from the announcement, including Liz and Bryce with Leighton, and images from the pregnancy announcement. And there is an especially sweet detail here. Leighton was also born in the fall, so the timing creates an interesting family connection. TLC noted that the family will now have an especially memorable season as they prepare for another little Johnston arrival. Why this update is so important for the Johnston family. For longtime Seven Little Johnstons viewers, Liz's story has been one of the most close